What is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny gameplay video. In this video, I'm going to talk about the advantages to being a well-rounded player and what it means to be a player who's a bit of a jack of all trades, who understand lots of different weapon types and strategies in the game, and just what that will do for you and why it would behoove you to try and round out your skill set over time, whether it be in this game or a different game or Destiny 2. It's definitely a good thing to be a well-rounded, well-versed player. So let's talk about the advantages here. One of the very first things I would say is when you're a well-rounded player and you use a variety of different weapon types, it means that people have to adjust to you more. So for example, a little bit of a Nova whiff there. I actually last night I played some sweats against some really good players. And my best matches were the two matches that I used a sidearm for my special weapon in sweats against great players. And it's not because they're bad, it's because they're not used to playing against sidearms. And those were my best matches, were the ones where I was able to leverage one of my skill sets against a team that had two shotguns that were hyper aggressive. So one of the things they have to do is they have to adjust, because that warrioring distance, that safe warrioring distance, changes dramatically when you're going up against a sidearm. A sidearm can put down charging shotgunners better than any other special weapon in the game. The only other thing that does it effectively is maybe a fusion rifle, but they're just a little bit less consistent, I would say. So they had to make adjustments. They have to adjust to your play style because you're well-rounded, you know what I mean? So that's one of the best advantages, is that it forces your opponents to think a little bit more. It takes them out of their comfort zone. It takes them out of their groove. They can't just settle into a groove and leverage it and play that, until the cows come home. You can actually force them to be a little bit more cognizant of what they're doing, and maybe even play a little bit more scared. Yeah, you can make your opponents play a little more scared just by being a little bit better versed in a variety of different weapons and skill sets. So another thing I would say is that this is a bit of an obvious one, but you're less one-dimensional. And when you're less one-dimensional and you have a much more dynamic set of abilities at your disposal and weapons at your disposal, your gameplay is going to be more dynamic. What does that mean? Ultimately, in my opinion, that means a better experience. That means a much more fun experience. Because if all I did all day every day was snipe, eventually sniping would get a little bit boring to me. Yeah, I would probably be really good if all I did was snipe. I'd probably be a really good sniper, but at the same time, I feel like that gets dry really fast. So I mix it up, and every now and then I'll throw on a shotty, and I'll do a little bit of shotgun warrioring on my warlock, and I'll have some fun with it. It is fun, it is. And but at the same time, if that's all I did was shotgun warrior, I probably wouldn't feel good about myself either. I'd probably be like, well, this is just kind of blah. I'm just leveraging the clear best strategies right now. You know what I mean? So you got to mix it up, be a little bit less one-dimensional. Another thing I would say is that if you're a well-rounded player, you're ready for anything. You really are. You're ready for any occasion. You can adjust your loadout if you have to better combat your opponents. But also, it's easier for you to counterplay weapons and strategies that you're familiar with. So, because I've sniped a lot, when I go up against snipers, I know not just the weapon they're using, what its strengths are and its impact and its AA. Yeah, all that is good to know. But also, I want to know, since I am a sniper, I've got a better understanding of where all the head glitches are. All the sniper lanes are, these sniper perches that people like to perch up onto for these sneaky little lanes and lines of sight. I know those a lot better because I have sniped a lot. And the same thing goes for any other weapon type. The more you've played with it, the more you understand how to play against it, how to counterplay those weapons and strategies. And last thing I would say is that being a well-rounded player means you're better prepared for any season of the Crucible, because if all you do is leverage Clever Dragon and Shotgun right now, what are you going to do if and when the meta shifts and that's not the most effective thing anymore? Well, for a little bit you may be at a disadvantage, while players who are a little bit more well-rounded are leveraging the new meta things and meta strats. quote-unquote meta. So you're setting yourself up for better success down the road as well. It means you're ready for any season that could come along in the Crucible. So hopefully you enjoyed the gameplay, guys. Hopefully you're enjoying your holidays. I'm enjoying kind of doing some pickup sweats and stuff like that in the meantime, while everyone's home and around a little bit more regularly. So I'll catch y'all in the Crucible.